So this is a quick follow-up on the previous video I did. The repair was an overall success. I took the bike out. So what I did, once I got everything all buttoned up and settled in, I went ahead and put new oil in, 10 weight 40 motorcycle oil, and a new filter. I ran the bike for about half hour, 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes on the back roads here in Corvallis. I went through all 5 gears, up and down, up and down. I did take some play out of the clutch. I'm going to show you that in a second. And the clutch lever. And I got the bike up to about 65, 70 sustained speed for about a minute or two, cruising on these back roads. So I gave it a workout, and then when I came back, let it cool down a bit, and I changed the oil again. So I'm going to go over what the oil looks like after this. And this was fresh oil, so I'm going to show you some examples. But first, let me show you what I'm talking about, the play in the clutch. So when I was looking at the clutch lever, originally there was immediate tension. So as you would pull in the clutch, there was immediate tension as soon as you started pulling. But now we have about, so I can get in here. That's probably the best. There's about that much play in it now. So when she comes in, and what that'll do, that I might have to loosen it up just a little bit more. So as she's riding, or as the rider rides it, they'll come in and they'll pull it in, and it'll engage right about there. So coming in, it'll engage right about there. But I believe what's important is that when it's fully extended, we know that there's not tension up here, meaning there's tension on the cable, which would mean that this is either going to be holding the clutch from fully engaging or not. So if this was tight, this means that there's still some travel that should be left in the clutch cable itself to travel back out to release the parts. Actually, that's the stator side, so I'm thinking about the other side of the bike. Apologize. But I think you guys get the point. You want a little bit of play in there so you know that when you're riding that there's no more travel. All the travel is out, and the clutch is then re-engaged and is flowing fine, where there's no tension being pulled. Let me show you what the oil looked like and the oil filter. What did I do with the oil filter? I just had the stupid, what did I do with it? Just had it in my hand a second ago. The oil filter chamber, when I took the oil filter out, like I said, it was all fresh. I let it cool down. When I took the oil filter out, it did have some discoloration, but I really couldn't tell so much of the, saying it was the bad oil. It was just because the fibers had changed. But I'm going to show you the difference. Now, this is the oil I just took out from after I replaced everything. And the oil filter's here. So this was a brand new oil filter. I don't really see where anything's compromised. These are $4 or $5, so I went ahead and took this one out anyways and put a new one in. But I think this is where you're going to see the significant change in what the oil is. Now this first pan of oil, this is what I soaked the gears in overnight. But I want you to look at how it flows into this pan, and then I'm going to show you what came out of it. So this was not ran. See if you can see. Okay, see that kind of a clear amber? Okay, so that was the color the oil went in right before I rode it. And this is when I did the first change. Look at the difference. Let me see if I can set the camera up and pour them both at the same time so you guys can see. Why am I doing this? Is that, you guys can, well, why would you change the oil? You just did the oil change. And I did a very thorough cleaning. If you saw the very first video, the video prior to this, I did a very thorough cleaning. So now you can see the difference. That oil. And like I said, what you see on the right is exactly what I put in right before I went on the ride. So obviously there was some debris. I can't say that it's that dark on the left solely because of the damage that was done or replacing it. But I did want you guys to see the significance. Now, I'm not going to change it again today. I'm not going to go through all that again. Very likely, it probably is not going to be as clear as it did when it went in. But that's that. If I had a brand new filter, only thing I could really say that would be different is that this would have been a little bit more lighter, but obviously the fluid makes it darker, so I'm going to toss that out, recycle that, or toss that out, whatever I got to do there. But that's it. She's really happy that it's going. She's going to come home and go for a ride. There's the view window. So let me show you where I have it at now. I got to balance it upright. Give it a second. So it's not maxed out. I think you guys can see it. I like to see, even on my KLR, so this is straight up and down. I like to see an air pocket. I don't, and so you have the F, you have the full and the low on the left, you see that? And I don't know if this camera's catching it where I want it. I think you guys get the idea. But you see the, so we still have some air pocket. I probably have a little bit more in there than what needed, but it's right at the F, standing up and down. Now on the kickstand, put on the kickstand, the window goes totally empty. So you don't see any oil when it's on the kickstand. So standing it upright, you can see where the fresh oil is. And this bike has not ran on that yet. You can see it's much, much clearer than what I dumped out. But she's going to come home in a little bit and take it on a ride for herself. So it's good to go. It ran really smooth, shifted really, really nicely. And when I'll just keep an eye on it, make sure, and I told her about the clutch play, but just keep an eye on it and make sure that she releases the clutch, she doesn't ride it out, that we don't get, that we have some travel in it and some slack, that we're not keeping the clutch plates engaged or rubbing against each other. Cool little bike if you got a TU 250. So as you guys know, following my channel, I'm committed to my KLR 650. I love that bike. But I do like this little Suzuki. Zipping around her college town was a lot of fun. I mean, it's just, I probably will never get rid of this. She will probably graduate out of this bike and I would love to see her on a Bonneville Truxton or a Bonneville made by Triumph, and then they have the Bonneville series, and then you have the Bonneville, the Truxton, and the, I forgot the other one, the Scrambler. I think they're 700s. Maybe even a 900 engine, I don't remember. But I could totally see my daughter leaving this bike for a bigger bike in the future. I'm like, nope, I'm keeping this. I'm becoming an old man. I love to zip around her little college town in this. And then my other daughter, Olivia, has the Suzuki DR200, which I like the little bikes too. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope, if you're working on these are very easy to work on. If you're working on a Suzuki TU 250, hopefully this helped. If you're just one of my viewers and you're looking at, it's like, wow, why is he working on a Suzuki? One thing I'll say, if you're following me because of the adventure riding or the KLR, you got a good friend like I do named Greg that has the Africa Twin that walked me through this. It's encouraging. Is it a lot of fun? I wouldn't say the word fun is the right descriptive, but it's, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of. But it's very encouraging. It's very, I can't even think right now. Anyways, let me just shut up and let you guys get on with your day. Thanks for following along. Hope this helped. Wrapping it up. Bike is done. Everything's A-okay. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time. And hopefully next time I'm on a KLR. Bye.